I sometimes hear members refer to the story of Nephi being tied up by his brothers in the wilderness as the time when Nephi burst his bands with the power of God. While I appreciate the desire to speak positively of Nephi's faith, there's a powerful lesson in the story when we realize that Nephi didn't actually burst his bands. This lesson can help us better understand how God works in our lives when it comes to answering our prayers. In 1 Nephi 7, Laman and Lemuel, along with some of Ishmael's family, rebel as they are traveling back to Lehi's camp. They want to return to Jerusalem. After Nephi condemns their actions and attitudes with a powerful sermon, they get really angry and bind him with cords and plan to leave him in the wilderness to be devoured by wild beasts. Nephi is understandably frustrated that his brothers have lost faith after having seen an angel and experiencing the miracles that led them to obtain the brass plates. In my opinion, Nephi wants to demonstrate the power of God. He wants to show his brothers that with the strength of the Lord, he can do anything. He wants to demonstrate this power by dramatically breaking his bands in front of everyone, like mighty Samson. What happens instead shows that God had a different plan. Nephi specifically says that after his prayer to burst the bands, that the bands were, quote, loosed from off my hands and feet. This was not the dramatic show of God's power Nephi was wanting. It's so unimpressive, in fact, that his brothers want to immediately tie him up again because they don't even notice that a miracle happened. But what happens next is not Nephi's doing at all. One of Ishmael's daughters, sons, and wife all step in and start advocating for Nephi, and have such a powerful effect on Laman and Lemuel that they feel sorrowful and beg Nephi and the Lord for forgiveness. Had Nephi dramatically broken his bands, this would have motivated Laman and Lemuel with fear. This would have also deprived the other family members of the opportunity to step up and demonstrate their faith by using their persuasive words and testimonies to soften the hearts of the brothers. So what do we learn? Sometimes we want God to answer our prayers in a certain way, to solve a problem by making a certain event happen or not happen. We want God to give us the power to break the bands ourselves, and instead he sends others to help us. He answers our prayers in a higher and holier way that brings blessings into our lives and the lives of others that we wouldn't have received if he had done it our way. And now you know.